If we're going to elicit a love strategy, for example, who would like to know a little bit about love? Who would like to go on to love? Who would like to feel some love? Dino. Sorry, Dino had his hand up first. Hey, Dino, can you remember a time when you were really just feeling and bathing, relaxing, enjoying in love? That's it. Maybe one of the last times you were just bathing in love. So you guys should have raised your hand even faster. All right. Now, when you're feeling, let me know. Are you feeling it? You're remembering it? Or are you like still sorting through memories? Yeah, I couldn't really see a facial expression. Could anyone see? You couldn't really see a facial expression. So just pick the last time you were totally in love. Or out with a girlfriend or something. What was she wearing? Was there a smell? How did you feel? All right, so now totally feel that love. Now, how do you know you're loved? Dino, how do you know you're loved?
I think from the way the person look at me and the things that they do for me, yeah.
Okay. Thank you. The way they look at you. Now, you could look even deeper at that, and that would kind of be like the submodalities, wouldn't it? So how precisely do they look at you?
With a lot of curiosity, you know, as if they're seeing me for the first time every time.
Yep, and what more precisely, how is it that they look at you?
I don't want to say intent with an intense stare, but with a smile, you know? Yeah. Direct, fearless.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, state-based learning. So when he gets into the love state, it'll be easier for him to know and access that question. If Dino was really angry, if he was really angry and you asked him, how do you know when you're loved? We're not really going to get a good response. So state-based learning it's great to get into the state where they run the strategy. You might want to get into the state where they run the strategy. So like a eating strategy. So can you remember the last time you ate too much food and regretted it? Okay, well, remember before you ate too much food. So you remember what it was like before you ate too much food. Great. I want you to focus on this time before you ate too much food. And now maybe start to elicit the strategy around there. So you guys can consider this. So remember the last time you ate too much food? Can anyone remember the time you ate too much food? Or after the meal, you were like I ate too much. Yep. Okay. Now, before you ate the meal, what was going on in your head? What was going on, perhaps having a glass of wine or a beer? Did any of you, before you ate, actually, Dino, I'm sure you've had this time where you've overeaten, but I imagine you wouldn't have it. Do you often regret what you ate after you ate it? Is it a rare
occasionally, thing? Not okay, like on odd times, yeah.
I'm just going to pick on him a little bit. Is that okay? I'm not asking you, Dino. Is everyone else okay with that? So, Dino, before you eat, what goes on before you eat?
Usually, maybe stressed about something. Oh, I'm feeling of being lazy, annoyed.
Okay. So you're getting close to dinner time. What happens at dinner time?
At dinner time,
at home by yourself.
Well, dinner time, my stomach starts to send me signals and messages when it gets close to dinner time.
Okay, I'm going to cut this a bit short. So what you might find is that he might make a plan beforehand. He might think what's good to eat. I went to the gym today. I know Dino goes to the gym a bit. So often before eating, we might think, what's good for my body? And we plan a little bit. We might plan what's good for our body. Oh, I went to the gym today. I'm going to eat extra. Or, I haven't been to the gym a couple of days. I'm going to eat less. And we plan how much we're going to eat. And we make sure there is just enough food on the plate to satisfy ourselves. We make sure there's enough food, but not too much. Every time I've eaten too much, I didn't plan beforehand. So one strategy is to plan how much to eat and to actually do the planning beforehand, because those times we've eaten too much, we didn't plan. It just happened. It was a lack of planning. It was a lack of strategy. So people that have a big physique, they typically plan. And a lot of my friends that are weightlifters, they'll actually have pre-planned meals. And by having pre-planned meals, that's part of their strategy. So when it comes to dinner time, they just pull out a pre-planned meal. And that pre-planned meal has their dietary requirements. And they're disciplined with their thing. And when it comes to like a body, whatever it is, competition, they beforehand, they plan and they have those meals. So there's a strategy that's put in place before they eat. And if you want to learn how to get really good at that, find someone who's really good at that and ask them how they do it. So a really big thing is planning beforehand how much you're going to eat. And if you end up with a plate full of food, like in a buffet, some people in a buffet, they'll end up with a buffet and they just get all this stuff because it looks so beautiful, and they see, and they get this rumble. So they get a rumble, they put it on their plate, and they go along a buffet, and they put it on their plate, they get a rumble, and they sit down, and it's like rumble, and they get a very good kinesthetics feelings all the time, but there's been no prior programming as to when to stop. So they don't stop until it's too late. It's just a lack of planning.